All right, welcome to today's edition of Top 3 Thursday. And today we are talking about hikes. And this was really hard. We're going to have a top 3.
If you know us or if you don't know us, you're looking at us and you're thinking, hikes? I mean, how about a short walk?
Well, no, we've done some pretty significant hikes in our day.
We are good at hiking.
We have. We don't do it every day, but we've done some every day, or done some in our day. And so we've done some really memorable ones too. And so we're going to go back and talk about a few of those. We're going to have like three, and then some honorable mention. One of the top 3 is a category. Anyway, just work with us, okay? So let's start with our top, or our one that's a category, Glacier.
Glacier. So you can't just pick one favorite hike from Glacier. That is what Glacier is known for. Incredible places to hike.
Yes, and so we've done some pretty epic hikes there, and just thought we'd kind of list down through. You can go do your own research, because if we start to tell you all about them, then we're going to kill our short video of Top 3 Thursday. So some of the things, so we always stay on the mini Glacier side, which is the east side of Glacier, and so that's important to note. That's where most of our hikes is where we've really done hikes, is on the east side. So you want to just run down?
Yeah, we'll start with Grinnell Lake. Grinnell Lake hike is a relatively moderate, kind of a mid-range hike. I think it was about 7 miles, and out and back along the same trail. But it takes you along Swift Current Lake, Lake Josephine, and on to
a pretty flat hike.
Grinnell Lake.
Yes, just with some distance on it.
There's also Hidden Falls. We're going to include that in this hike. That's just a short spur off of that trail.
Not a flat hike.
Not a flat hike. That's a little quick uphill jaunt to a cool little overlook of a waterfall.
Yes. On that same vein, we also have done the Grinnell Lake Overlook, or Grinnell Glacier Overlook hike. That hike is open depending on the time of year, is depending on how far that hike is, how far you can go on that hike because of the snow.
We have never been there when it has been open. I say we've never been there. As a family, we've never been there when it's been open all the way to the glacier.
Yeah.
The first time I ever visited Glacier, I was able to do this hike and go all the way, but it has not been open in recent visits there, and so we haven't been able to make it all the way, but it is a fantastic hike as well. The girls liked this hike a little more because it does go up. So Grinnell Lake stays at the lake level the whole way. This one goes up and gives you some more panoramic views from a higher elevation, which is always nice.
All right, we got to talk quick. A couple other glacier hikes are the Red Rock Falls, which is a good about 4-ish mile hike. That's doesn't take all day. It's just a good entry level hike.
And it takes you past Fisher Cap Lake, which is always an early morning, just quick trip for me in the mornings before we start the generator, because there's always wildlife there.
Yes, so Fisher Cap Lake is another one to note. This year, Kevin and I did a big hike, the biggest hike we've ever done, and we did the Highline Trail. We took the Highline Trail all the way up to the chalet, and then took by way of the Swift Current Trail back to Mini Glacier.
So we started at Logan Pass. We took the Highline Trail to the Granite Park Chalet, and then through Swift Current Pass into Mini Glacier and down to the Mini Glacier campground.
So that was about 16.
Yeah, it was just over between 15 and 16 miles.
So
a
it was a big hike.
Pretty good hike.
Yeah. All right, so that's kind of a glacier overview. Do a lot of your own research if you're going there, but plan to do some hiking if you're going to be in Glacier National Park. All right, so the next hike that made our list is the Beehive hike.
The Beehive hike is in Acadia National Park in Maine, and we highly recommend it. It is a little bit of a different hike. There are
it might be more fair to call this a climb rather than a hike.
Those of you who are mountain climbers or rock climbers would disagree. It might be considered a scramble. So you do have to scramble over some rocks, and there are some places where you climb up ladders that are metal rungs put into the rock.
Yes. So this is not a great hike for little ones, simply because of the height that they have to grab the ladders. They would have a hard time reaching some of the places.
They recommend that only children over 48 inches unless you really want to help them a lot. I wouldn't recommend taking rambunctious boys that don't follow directions. Our girls on this hike were staying in line pretty well.
It's up high, and there's some real narrow passes.
It's nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah, for the moms especially.
Casey has said that she would never do this hike again with the girls. She would be glad to do it again, but not with the girls.
Okay, anyway, moving along. Our next one is the Narrows. So the Narrows hike is in Zion National Park, and this is one of the most unique experiences I think we've ever had as a family. So this hike goes through the, I can't think the name of it, river. Anyway, the river that runs through the bottom of Zion National Park.
I'll put it.
I was about to say, we'll note it here. That river, you go hike down a boardwalk, and then you can hike into the water and through the water, through the canyons, as far as you'd like to. Yeah,
we only were able to do about a mile of it the time that we did it.
The Virgin River.
It's the Virgin River, yes. And when we went back, we hoped to do some more of it. The water was not at a level that allowed us to do that.
Yeah. So some people hike all the way through this canyon and do it from like one side to the other and do this hike there, and I think it's about 16-ish miles, maybe 16, 17, something like that. So
I think she just made that up.
No, I didn't make it up. KYD did it, and I watched their video. Okay, anyway, honorable mention before we close this out are 2 hikes that we've done that were really fun hikes, and we didn't want to just completely leave them out because they're super cool in their own way. The first one is Fern Canyon, which is in the Redwood National Forest up in Northern California. And this place literally looks like it came out of the Tinkerbell movie, like you're in a fairy garden. I mean,
I was thinking Jurassic Park because they filmed part of it there.
They did film part of Jurassic Park.
Tinkerbell goes a little bit different direction.
It's just, you are like surrounded with ferns, with greenery. It's just a really, really
and
cool
obviously
place.
Massive trees.
Yes, so we climb. You can it's one of those places that you kind of hike a short ways back into and then just go through and explore. And so it was super cool.
Yeah, so Fern Canyon definitely makes the honorable mention list, along with the Notch Trail in Badlands National Park. And this was a fun hike, but it makes the list for one particular reason.
Yep, it has one feature, a ladder feature. So this isn't a long hike. I think in total, in and out, it was maybe 3 miles. But it has a huge ladder that you climb up and then go out to a view, and it's a really neat experience.
And the view is also pretty incredible. So this is our top 3 Thursday list of hikes that includes about 10 hikes total. So thanks for joining us for this episode.
Hey guys, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel down below. If you want updates, be sure to turn on your post notifications so that every time we post a new video, you'll be notified. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to see a playlist of all our top 3 Thursday videos, click here. And if you want to see our most recent video, click here. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.